And this is a game that can be played both competitively and cooperatively, but in this game, players are essentially trying to cure their patients of ailments before their patient dies. A patient's going to start with 3 different ailment cards, and the icons on the left represent the different types of tokens that you need to acquire in order to cure that ailment. And on the right, there's going to be a bunch of side effects that are going to be occurring there at different points in the game depending on the different effects and the cards that the players play. Each ailment will also have its own special effect that gets activated at the end of each round, and these can have all sorts of different effects on the game, like adding or removing different cure or side effect tokens, or even forcing you to cure that ailment first before you're able to work on any of the others. Players all lose the game if the patient dies, and that can happen in one of 3 ways. Either any of the ailments get 6 side effects tokens put onto it, or you can also lose the game if all of your side effect tokens run out. And the way that that can happen is that anytime that an ailment gets 4 side effects on it, that's going to force you to draw another ailment into play. And if you get too many of those, and those are drawing too many side effect tokens, you might end up running out of those tokens, and your patient is going to run out of time. The final way that you can lose your patient is if their health goes all the way down to 0. Your patient will start with a health of 100, but at the end of each round, you're going to be subtracting the values from each of the ailment cards, and then also subtracting the values of the various side effect tokens that are currently in play. Luckily, you are all doctors after all, and you do have ways to fight off all of these different ailments and cure them in order to get them and their side effect tokens off the board. And players are going to be drawing up to 5 treatment cards each and every round. They're going to be taking turns playing those in order to unlock your various cures. There's going to be 3 different boards where you can assign your cards, and in order to assign a card to a board, it needs to match the icons located on the left-hand side of the board. These are all randomized tokens, so you're going to get a bit of variety from game to game. And if you're able to fully fill up any of these tracks of cards, then that's going to be unlocking the cure token at the bottom. You'll then be able to assign that to any of the ailments in order to cure that ailment. That is, if you've gotten every cure token that that ailment requires. Another kind of nice thing about playing these cards into the different tracks is that each card does have a special ability associated with it, and it always gets activated when you play that card. But depending on your situation, that ability can sometimes be good and sometimes not, so you're going to have to time your cards appropriately and also weigh the pros and cons of each of the cards that you play. If the players are able to use their cards in order to cure all their patients' ailments before one of those lost conditions are hit, then they win the game. Otherwise, you might want to be looking for other work. If you're interested in this one, I'll have a link to it in the description down below.